Someone with perfect foresight should have foreseen that the process was not sustainable and that an implosion was inevitable. Charles Kindleberger. Gold is in a bubble that is set to burst. I sit and write this without a clue as to whether we've reached the top in gold or whether we're getting ready for a parabolic rise. All I know is that gold is in a bubble. Gold prices will come crashing down, and many people will lose a lot of money. I write this book after a year of intense analysis of gold, commodities, emerging markets, the dollar, and the stock market. After carefully, meticulously, and thoroughly analyzing gold prices since the 1880s, inflation trends, fundamental stories, chart patterns, investment behavior, news coverage, and a nearly endless amount of information from stock prices to economics to psychology, I boldly and justifiably claim that gold is in a bubble that is ultimately due to collapse and severely hurt the average investor. I am not yet sure of exactly when the bubble will pop, though I have a few analysis-based guesses. What I do know, however, is that this book is an extremely time-sensitive matter. It must be made public as soon as possible. While this book offers an extremely in-depth analysis of gold and all of its driving factors, the lessons learned within and the clues pointing to a bubble will likely serve as a tremendous benefit for analysis of future bubbles across a wide range of asset classes. At the height of the technology bubble, and again at the height of the housing bubble, Yale professor Robert Shiller released the first and second editions of his book, Irrational Exuberance, a prediction of an impending collapse in the markets due to extreme investor enthusiasm and unsustainable speculative bubbles. Not only did Shiller make two of the greatest calls in market history, but his highly contrarian opinions were published despite the fact that the rest of the world believed the opposite, that technology and housing would continue to soar, though we now know they were all wrong. With gold prices up over 600% in 10 years, and with huge warning signs appearing that signal extreme investor enthusiasm, euphoric herd behavior, and an upcoming collapse to the gold bubble, I have written my own version of irrational exuberance, but this time irrational exuberance has appeared because of massive fears and extreme pessimism over the future of markets and the U.S. dollar. This time gold is the subject of irrational exuberance. To make matters worse, unlike in the case of technology stocks and housing, gold's historical significance has created an aura and illusion that gold prices will never fall. Since gold has been used as currency and has been sought after by nearly every civilization for thousands of years, gold investors assume that investing in gold is safe. But with gold now an object of mass speculation and subject to herd-like behavior, we are not far from the day when investors realize that gold is, in fact, an unsafe haven. How I reached this conclusion. After writing this book and putting all of the pieces together to form a coherent picture of gold's history and future, I cannot be any less than 95% certain that gold is setting up for a devastating fall. All the evidence I see, all the strategies I've learned in spotting bubbles, all the technicals, charts, stories, and commercials show me signs of a bubble. The entire world picture fits in almost perfectly with my view on gold. I finally see how economics, currencies, stock markets, reserve rates, inflation, forecasts, commodities, time, and the consumer all blend together to form a coherent big-picture view of the markets and the world. To further support this claim, I've supported my analysis by applying some of the most prominent works written by industry leaders and highly regarded analysts.